Hey, it's Mr. Fostering. I'm here to show you how to do your marine debris survey. I'm at my house right now before heading out to the beach because I've gathered some of the equipment. So I want to show you a few tricks before you head out to the beach. Here are your supplies. I've got some sturdy boots back there that'll be good for at the beach. I've got protective gloves. I've got a mask in case I run into anybody at the beach and I need to be wearing that. We've got the grabber, some pens, pencils, writing utensils. I suggest more than one. You don't want to break a pencil out at the beach. I've got my phone. That's going to be helpful for GPS. I've got the marine debris guide, sharps container, 5-gallon bucket, data sheet. Something hard to write on so that I can write on the data sheet out at the beach. And then I also have the protocol, which has all the steps for completing this project. That is going to be super helpful and useful for you because you can follow right through the steps and get your project finished. So it's got all the before you go steps. You can follow through there. If you have this printed, great. If you've got it open on your phone, that can work too. Make sure that you choose a day with a tide that's +6 or lower. Let me show you how to find that on your phone or on a computer. I have tides.net open for Vashon Island. I can choose today, which is Sunday 3/7, and I can click on the chart to see a more detailed view. From here, I need to pick a time of the day. You can see time is down here at the bottom. I need to pick a time of the day where the tide is below +6. So there's +6. I can fall +6 over. Anywhere up in this range is out of limits. But if I fall 6 on down, it brings me to about 2 p.m. It looks like anything after 2 p.m. into the evening will work just fine. Okay, we are to the in the field section now, but there are a few things I want to go over here before we're out at the beach. And first is personal safety. So make sure you're dressed appropriately, you have warm enough clothing, your boots are sturdy. Before you leave, make sure that you tell someone where you're going. You might want to take a buddy with you. Just make sure that you are COVID safe. Always be aware of your surroundings, be watching the tide. Never risk your personal safety in order to collect debris. Okay, we do have some safety equipment to help you. The gloves, wear those at all times. Use your grabber as much as possible. And then if you do find anything sharp, and in particular, any needles, that goes in that sharps container. Okay, you can wait to do this section until you get out into the field. It does say upon arriving at your site. I've added a few things to my data sheet already. It says add the site name, including GPS coordinates, state, etc. Add that up to the top of your data sheet here. I went to Lincoln Park. The GPS coordinates are where I went. I've written here, and here's how to find those. You can go to Google Maps on your phone. You can do this on a computer too. But I went right next to, I started near Lincoln Shelter number 3. And so you can actually, if you hold down on a location, it'll drop a pin. And once it drops a pin, the GPS coordinates are up in the top in the search bar. So that's what I copied in. Also, don't forget to add the date to your data sheet. One other thing is surveyor name. You're gonna have to move, buddy. Okay, well, I made it out to the beach. One thing that you'll notice about this beach that makes it appropriate for your marine debris survey are all these logs and driftwood that's been pushed up onto the beach. And you can access this here. Some beaches have a big concrete barrier that keeps anything from accumulating up at the top of the beach. And so if the driftwood's not accumulating, also marine debris is probably not accumulating. And so it's not gonna be a good beach for your survey. Please make sure you pick a beach that has some driftwood accumulation up top. I've collected 4 different sticks here. This is gonna mark out my survey area. You can choose to bring something from home that would do the same thing, mark out the 4 corners. But this is a good idea. I just found these at the beach. And so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna find the rack line, which is gonna tell me where the most recent high tide was. It's kind of hard to find on this beach, but I noticed this line of seaweed is pretty faint, but I can tell the last high tide pushed water up to this level and pushed the seaweed with it. So yours might have a lot more seaweed, but this is what I found. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark out one of the corners of my survey area by sticking the stick in here. All right, and then I'm gonna walk straight up the beach. I'm gonna grab another stick on the way. I'm gonna walk until I get to the top of the beach where this starts transitioning into the terrestrial area. So you'll notice I'm stepping over the driftwood, and I'm gonna go ahead and mark out this area as the top of the beach. Okay, I'm gonna walk back down toward the bottom of the beach, back to where I put that first stick in the sand. I'm gonna pick up my other markers on the way. And now from this point, I'm gonna walk 300 paces down the beach. So remember, a pace is counting just 1 foot. So my left foot takes off my right foot, that's 1. My right foot again, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. 298, 299, 300. Okay, that's 300 paces. I'm gonna mark another corner here in my survey area. Okay, bottom corner marked. Gonna go mark the top. I'm back at the beginning of my survey area. That's the first stick that I put in the sand. I've donned my safety gloves. I've got my bucket for the debris that I find, as well as the sharps container. I've got my handy dandy grabber. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna work my way back through the survey location, the site that I just marked out with the 4 corners, and I'm gonna go ahead and look for any debris that I find. I'm gonna work my way up and down the survey area. We need to cover the whole thing. Now you've got a couple of options when you do come to some marine debris. You can pick it up with the grabber, put it in your bucket, and grab your data sheet and tally it on your data sheet. Figure out what it was, place the appropriate tally mark. Another option is to collect everything while you're here, put it in your bucket without tallying, and complete your data sheet at home, which is what I'm gonna be doing today. I didn't find any needles while I was out here. That's great news, but I do need to show you how to use the sharps container in case you do find any needles. So this container has a sliding door on it. Don't slide it shut yet because it'll lock into place. But say this was a needle, something hazardous, don't touch it. Use your grabber and you can put it in there. And if it's the first thing you found, you're not done with your survey yet, you can slide it almost shut. Put it in your bucket, when you're finished with your survey, that's when you'll shut it all the way, and then you'll throw the whole thing into the trash. That keeps everybody safe, including the... Okay, one thing you're gonna notice, especially at the top of the beach, is you'll get into areas where there are tons of fragments of styrofoam and other microplastics. And you could spend all day picking out all these pieces, but you need to cover your whole survey area. So what your requirement is for this survey is to spend most of your time covering your entire survey area, looking for all the larger pieces that you can find. Okay, picking up any micro pieces you can find along the way too. And then at the end of your survey, come back to the top of the beach, spend between 15 and 20 minutes picking out the small pieces of foam and cataloging those. Okay, I'm gonna finish up here, and then I'm gonna head back to catalog what I find. See you soon. Okay, I've dumped out some of the marine debris that I found on my survey. I'm gonna go through this and actually tally things up on my data sheet. Remember, you may have done this out at the beach. That's perfectly fine. I found that it was easier to just pick things up and put them on my bucket and do this when I got home. So one thing that I have here is my guide to different types of marine debris. That's really useful. Nice color pictures there for you. You know, one of the first categories is hard plastic fragments, and I'm noticing a good amount of that here in mine, and so I'm gonna start there. One thing about hard plastic fragments is that they have to be greater than 2.5 centimeters. So you might have a ruler that you can use. And so this one's just over 2.5 centimeters, so I'm gonna count that as a hard plastic fragment. You may have a circle on your data sheet too that tells you how big 2.5 centimeters is, and you can just compare it right on your data sheet. So I'm gonna keep sorting through here, categorizing these things onto my data sheet. One thing that you're gonna notice is you have a lot of these small pieces that are less than 2.5 centimeters. Regardless of the material, you can categorize those small pieces together. On the back side of your data sheet, where it says other or unclassifiable, make yourself a new item, a new row that says less than 2.5 centimeters. So all the small pieces you find, tally those up in one. So I'll keep adding tallies for each piece that I find. There's another piece of foam. I have all my tallies, and I need to now include my totals. So I'm gonna do that for each line. And I'll continue through the page and on to the next side. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed your survey. I hope you enjoyed getting out there and cleaning up the environment, making it a better place for people who visit and for the organisms that live there full time. As you upload your data, also know that you're contributing to our understanding of marine debris and impact on the environment on Vashon and the wider region. So nice job.